Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Down with Doug, doing another little video update on my 2013 Toyota Tundra TRD Rock Warrior. Today we're going to be doing a transmission fluid drain and fill. What you will need is not necessary, but a graduated bucket. Makes everything nicer, just to get an idea how much fluid you get out of the truck. You're going to need 3.5 to 4 quarts of Toyota WS ATF. Make sure it is the WS. I know there's a couple other companies out there that make decent fluid, Amsoil, Redline, but I prefer to just stick with the OEM fluid. I got this at my local dealer for just under $12 a quart, and I usually buy it by the case, so they give you a decent deal. It can be had online at various retailers for the same price. You also need a 5mm hex. That's for the standpipe check. You'll need a 12mm socket for the drain plug and a 24mm socket for the fill plug. You will also need a temperature gun or some sort of scan gauge to check the transmission temperature, which we'll get into that later. Okay, here we are under the truck, looking from back to front. Right here is the cross member for the transmission and transfer case. Just in front of that, you can see the drain plug. Right up in this little opening is the check valve for the standpipe. And then if we come around the driver's side, it's hard to see, but it's coming in right there at the top of the frame. I can't quite get my finger to it, but that is the fill plug. We are going to want to check the fill plug first. You never want to open up one of these, quote, sealed transmissions and drain the fluid if there's no way to put fluid back in it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this on camera, so I'm going to sit this to the side and see what we can do here. Fill plug easily came loose. Maybe. Oh yeah. No issues coming loose. It's March. It's still pretty cold. And my fingers just aren't working good enough to turn that by hand. So I'm going to leave that loose. Next thing we're going to draw our attention to is the drain plug. I'm going to crack the check valve loose just to make sure that that's good. That popped free. Now let's check the drain bolt. No, it's a 14. I don't know what I'm thinking. What should be a 15 when I get under here? Nah, that's the correct one. That popped free pretty easy. Beauty of a southern truck living in the north. It doesn't look too bad. I've said this in some of my other videos. I am now the third owner of this truck. The owner before me had it for around 60,000 miles, and he didn't have any documented transmission, differential, or transfer case service done. So I'm doing these all for peace of mind. The amount you'd spend getting one of these services done at the dealership pretty much pays for everything you'd need to do for all of them. I'm going to go ahead and let this drain. I'm going to get the crush washers for the appropriate plugs. I'll link them below. And then once it's drained, we'll come on to the fill procedure. Okay, we are back. Everything's drained out. I got just above, or I should say just under 4 quarts of fluid. Now you want to put in a little extra more because when you check the fluid, you get the engine up to temperature and the fluid's going to expand. And we want extra fluid in it to make sure that we have the right level. I've used a transfer pump in the past, but pumping fluid underneath the vehicle is just terrible. You can't really see it on camera, but I have a hose coming in here that's actually going into the transmission. In my 4Runner, I ran this all the way up to the engine bay, but it's a little bigger on the Tundra, so I was able to get it up here in the wheel well. So what I'm going to do, I have enough room in here that I'm going to get a funnel, hook it up to the end of this hose, and then pour the fluid in that way. This isn't something I'm going to be able to get on camera, so once I have a little over 4 quarts in, we'll be back. Before I start filling, this is actually perfect. You can actually see the transmission fill plug right there with the hose coming into the wheel well. So I'm going to go ahead and get this filled up, and I'll be back. Okay, one other thing I need to show you. We're about to go in and do the transmission temp check. We're going to get this up to heat. But that little nut right there, well, it looks like a nut, but it's got a little button in the center. That is the bypass for the transmission cooler. It's hard to see, but I have a very small Allen key sticking into it, depressing that button. When it's not depressed, the center is flush with the edge that looks like the nut. You need to do that because if not, the transmission will never get up to temperature. All right, we're back inside of the truck. I have the engine running. I have the transmission cooler bypassed. What you're seeing is the 2 different transmission oil temperature sensors read by my OBD MX Plus Bluetooth code reader. I'm going to basically just sit here and wait for this to get up to temperature. I believe the correct check temperature is between 99 and 112 degrees Fahrenheit. If I'm wrong, I will put the correct temperature up on the screen. But once these get up to operating temperature, we're then going to go underneath the truck and pull the standpipe check plug out, and then I'll show you what we're looking for. So as soon as it's up to temperature, I'll be back. Another thing that I want to add is while you're waiting for the transmission to get up to temperature, you want to go inside of the truck with your foot on the brake and cycle the transmission between reverse, neutral, reverse, neutral, drive, neutral. Basically, you want to open up all the passageways and the valves inside the transmission to make sure that the fluid's properly getting circulated. All right, I'm going to continue to watch my temperature. It's been a couple minutes and it's only gone up a few degrees. It doesn't help that it is a colder day outside, so we might be sitting here for a little while, but once it's up to temperature, we'll get under the truck. All right, we are back under the truck. It is just getting to the appropriate temperature. Sorry for the noise, because you have to do this with the vehicle running. So at this moment, we've just hit around 100 degrees, and we're going to want to back off this plug for the check valve. If I filled it enough, I should get a steady stream out of this. And that's exactly what we want. We wanted it overfilled so we can appropriately check the level. Now what we're looking for here is this just to slowly turn into a trickled trail. Just be careful while doing this because I'm right up against the hot exhaust. And we're just looking at this tail. When it starts breaking up a little bit, that's when we're at the correct level. I just checked and my temperature's at 105 degrees, so it's still within the range. I just don't want it to run too long that it gets too hot because the fluid will expand with heat. All right, this is what we're looking for. It's slowing down, it's coming to a couple drips, and then of course it started running again, but this is basically about the point we want to put this plug back in. There it goes. That's what we're looking for. That little trail where it drips off. So I'm going to go ahead and get this put back together. I'm going to clean up under here a little bit and get everything torqued to specs. I believe these are 15 foot-pounds and maybe 24 or 29 on the fill bolt, but I'm going to check it and I'll put the torque values in the video. Again, any questions, comments, please drop a comment below. I hope this video helps you, and if you enjoy the content, and between this Tundra, my 4Runner, and my Lexus, I'll be putting out more DIY auto content as available. Thanks for watching. Bye.